All right, everybody. Greg, we are Bowjunky Media, joined by esteemed colleague, PSE Pro staffer Jack Wallace. That was pretty much the Cinderella story right there.
That is what you always hope for. You hope to just make the dance, get out here, make the cut, and you know that's what we all do. There's a few rules I always try to teach folks. Number one, first rule of getting an 11 or a 12 is you got to be in the 10 ring. First rule of winning the shoot, you got to be in the shoot down round. You got to work your way to the podium. So yeah, that's what everybody's goal is. Give yourself a chance.
Right. Well, and so let's talk about this real quick, Jack. And I mean, you've been in every conceivable position out here, but when you win a shoot-off to get into the shoot-off and you come in fifth, you really don't have much to lose.
No, often you can just relax, try to shoot your bow. Just be happy you're here. All your buddies, they had to go home early.
Right.
You had to stay. So, I mean, that's neat. That's what you want to do. You try to put yourself in a position like I tried today. Hey, 3 targets to go. Yeah, I was in position.
You had it, Jack.
And I missed it by a point.
You had it, Jack.
So I don't get to stand out there and shoot 5 more arrows. Instead, I get to hang out here and talk on the fancy microphone. So,
right.
But that's what you try to do. You just try to put yourself into a position to do something. That's your job.
Yep, 100%. And there is a little bit of weight lifted off. I mean, not all of it, of course, but there is a little bit of weight lifted off when you come in fifth. You've already had one shoot off, so now it's pretty much like the lucky dog in Vegas.
Absolutely.
You really got nothing to lose.
No, you can just go out there and shoot.
There you go. So, all right, folks, we are now getting ready for the Senior Pro, PSR. Of course, our first place person here today is Mr. Tim Gillingham, your 2021 IBO Triple Crown champion in the senior division at a 4.12 with 20. That's pretty stout. For those of you doing math, that's half of the targets out there. He hit the 11s on, and then Tony Taza behind him at a 398 with 14. Jeff Kirkland at a 398 with 13. Todd Mead at a 396 with 11, and Harold Koger with a 388 with 8. So at this point, Tim's in one of those positions where he can pretty much...
He can cruise. He can just go into cruise control, just go out there, put it in the middle, get his shots off. At this point, it's just Tim's to lose. It's Tim's to give away. I mean, sometimes people just flat out beat you. They take the tournament away from you, and sometimes you give it away. Tim is in a wonderful position here. The real battle is going to be for second and third. Podium
100%,
finishes.
100%. I mean, Tim, I'm not sure Tim has cruise control, but he definitely is in the driver's seat here. But yeah, you absolutely nailed it. Tony Taza, Jeff Kirkland, Todd Mead. Especially Tony and Jeff, they're tied, and so, but with Tony, Jeff, and Todd only 2-point spread there, this literally is a fight for second place right now.
And I remember correctly, only first place is not broken by bonus rings. So should these guys happen to tie, I'm not positive, but if these guys tie on say a second or third place finish, I think they'll go to bonus rings. I'm not for certain, but I know that they go to an actual shoot off for any kind of tie on first. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be that tight. I got a funny feeling.
No doubt about it. Just want to remind everybody this weekend's coverage is brought to you by Matthews Archery. We appreciate their support, of course, not just of Bowjunky, but of the entire sport. We certainly appreciate all of our advertisers and just appreciate everything that everybody that participates in the sport and supports everything that we do and these organizations do. So here we go. We got Tim Gillingham on the end there. He is, of course, in an extremely commanding lead. I don't think Tim knows how to take his foot off the gas, though.
No, and Tim's a good wind shooter. Tim shoots an on-demand command-style shot. So for us hillbillies, we just call that punching. So, I mean, for the folks at home, and he's very, very good at it.
100%.
And he's at least a 10 on that first Razorback. We have extremely...
2 arrows in the axis, so we have somebody shot the wrong.
And he knows he made a mistake on that one.
That's Jeff Kirkland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and he knows he's made a mistake on that one. They will not allow him to reshoot that target. I'm quite certain. What's interesting here is that and an extremely low error on the turkey. It's not going to catch 8-ring.
Yeah. Well, look at the feeding deer as well. So there's some interesting stuff going on out here. That was a 10 for Tim Gillingham. 10 for Tony Taza. Well, that's certainly going to help Tony when it comes to securing
Absolutely.
second place. That's going to be a 0 for Jeff
That
Kirkland.
is
That's
an
disappointing.
amazing turnaround.
On the deer. And we have another 0. We have another 0 for Todd Mead. That's baffling right there. Harold Koger with a 5. Sorry, everybody. That is quite easily what you call a huge shakeup.
I've never seen something like this. Tim is still in the lead, of course. Tony Taza is sitting in second. And Jeff Kirkland, even with the 0, is still in third because Todd Mead also shot a 0.
Correct.
I mean, it was a crazy round. I would never have expected to see something like that.
That's not the kind of thing you, and I mean, look, to Jeff Kirkland, it's like, I mean, he's a great guy. Don't take this wrong, anybody, but you just watch someone in pro bow hunter do the same thing.
What I have a funny feeling that happened to these guys, maybe when they were initially getting their distances, their numbers, they actually moved all the stakes back noticeably. Now, a lot of people don't know, but the maximum distance for the senior pros, lady pros, and the men's open pros is approximately 50 yards, but unmeasured. So don't just assume it could be 50. It could absolutely roll a few past that.
There's in your guys' pro class, there's a guarantee
Yeah.
that they're going to roll that over. So all right, here we go. We got Todd Mead. How does he follow up that 0 with a 10? So that's a good comeback for Todd Mead, right?
Especially on a turkey.
Yep.
I mean, he's got the smallest kill out here. That's a good shot.
Jeff Kirkland with a 10. That's a good follow-up for him right there too. It's just got to be heartbreaking to be out there in this position and score a blank. That's just deflating. Tony Taza with a 10. So it looks like pretty much we got first and second wrapped up. Now it's just going to be a matter of seeing what we got in third. Tim's doing exactly what Tim
He's
needs to
doing
do.
all he needs to do. Put it in the middle, shoot it.
And right now there's virtually no wind. So we had 10s across the board right there. We're going to check out that leaderboard and see what it looks like. But huge shakeups there. I did speak with Levi Morgan before he came off the course, and he said he's switching bows to his smaller arrows. So, all right, here we go. We are on to arrow number 3 in the pro men's. Tim Gillingham pretty much has things wrapped up. Tony Taza securely 10 points ahead for second. Jeff Kirkland shot a 0, so did Todd Mead. So now they're kind of battling it out for third.
I'm going to guess Tony Taza probably 11. That feeding deer is a great looking shot.
It does look good down there.
Possible 8 on the turkey.
Tim Gillingham is already adjusting his
Yeah,
sight.
he's making some cranks. He ran what appears to possibly be a little low on the javelina. He might still hang a good ring, though.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 11 for Todd Mead on the board. That's a good shot for Todd Mead right there to increase his chances of making that podium for sure. Harold Koger with a 10. Tim's out there in good spirits, of course.
Of course he is.
One bad shot with a 20-point lead will.
No, that's
Will
not going to put Tim into bow throw mode at that point. No.
Right. Exactly. So he's out there in good spirits. Got some 10s across the board here. Ooh, and an 11. Tony Taza with an 11.
I thought so. Tony's
That
looked
looked
like it
good.
was going to be solid on that feeding doe. And for the folks at home, we're not allowed to discuss yardages at all. We're at the IBO. That's not talked about. But that feeding doe is absolutely the longest target out here.
Jeff Kirkland with a 5. That's gonna hurt his chances right there. Todd Mead been coming back. That's gonna put Todd Mead onto the podium if he can maintain. Folks, Greg Poole here with Bowjunky Media. We are here at the third leg of the IBO Triple Crown. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Matthews Archery. Everybody like and share this live feed if you don't mind, so everybody can tune in. Of course, this is the senior pros. Tim Gillingham pretty much on Tim's version of cruise control. He is 10ing out because he has a substantial lead. Tony Taza, of course, has second secured. So right now, Todd Mead, even after a 0, because of a 0 by Jeff Kirkland, he's sitting in the spot to make
in third. Yeah,
podium.
It's crazy. And actually looking across through the field right now, we have what looks like 1, 2, 3. We have 3 excellent shots. I mean, it looks like Razorback, Fallow, Javelina all landed well.
Yeah.
Turkey has a chance. I mean, it looks like Tony Taz has a chance to hit a 10 ring on that one.
And that shot of Tim Gillingham's on that feeding deer looks like, and it is a 10 for Tony Taza.
He did on that turkey.
Little in line with the leg.
Yeah, we're low and forward on the feeding doe.
That's going to be an 8 for Tim. So coming into this last arrow, of course, Tim didn't even really react to that 8, which means he either knew it was there or understands at this point that.
Yeah, he's in a position where he can.
Harold with an 11 on the Javelina. That's a good shot on that heavy right there for Harold. Todd Mead with a 10. Looks like a pretty good arrow on that.
Yeah, the Razorback does look like a good shot.
And a 12.
Excellent.
That's a great shot for Jeff.
Folks, at this point, Tim does not have to hit the last target. He has sewn up a victory.
Right now, Todd Mead, despite a 0, stands a chance to make the podium.
It is a great chance. I mean, depending on what he does, if Jeff was to bust a 12, it could turn things around.
Absolutely. Tony Taza lets down. Looks like Todd Mead fired his arrow at the heavy down there. Tim Gillingham on the holding on the turkey.
Tim's on the turkey. I'm going to say that Tim has struck 8 on the turkey, but he didn't even have to hit it. Right. So,
absolutely. So here we go, Tony Taza. Little tall on the Razorback. Tony Taza with a 10. That's going to
seal second without a doubt.
Absolutely. Good to see Tony back in the mix for sure. Jeff Kirkland with an 8. Todd Mead with a 10.
And that did it. First, second, third. Tim Gillingham's your winner. Tony Taza is second. And Todd Mead third.
All right, here we go. Coming down for the official, unofficial, obvious announcement of the day.
Tim Gillingham has an 8.
So Tim Gillingham is going to be your 2021 IBO Triple Crown champion in the Senior Pro, and of course walked. You didn't even have to hit foam right there, but that's got to feel good.
I was actually thinking about that too. I said, "Don't do that." Don't
You-
be a
You've been that guy before.
guy. No, not really.
OPA.
Well, I mean, I had a huge lead.
You got a huge lead here.
Not really. 11 points.
You literally came out here, did what you needed to do, not just at the shoot, but at the Triple Crown. So obviously over this next month, we have a pretty big run of tournaments. We're Bowjunky's going directly from here to Yankton for those 3 events. I'm assuming you'll be there for that. And then we have a couple days in OPA, and then just like 3 or 4 days, then IBO World. So what do you do? I mean, you are generally a person who's always preparing, but what do you do over this next month swing to make sure that you're at least mildly prepared for all these events?
Well, I'm already ready. So I got my field bow pounding. Already worked my slopes over pretty good. Got a good handle on all that stuff. So the bow is pounding. I just pick one bow up and go to the next. I try to set them up so they all feel kind of the same. And then just go shoot arrow for arrow. It's just a different game. I mean, you can see what this is. I mean, I just misjudged every target out there. So is what it is, right? So don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. We get to relax a little bit and not have to worry about yardage anymore, and that's going to be a pretty good feeling. So,
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
all right, thank you.